Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of the Seercast. I am Epi Knight, or I'm Kerrigan in game, and with me today is Lime.
Error, Lime EXD has crashed.
Lime, please. Orange.
Hello.
Kitten.
Hello.
Robo.
Hey there.
Robo, you're quiet again. And Walter, Walter's in chat, and we have a new person in the chat, and that is Thorla. So welcome to Thorla to the Seercast. He will hopefully be.
He says, "Yeah."
Yeah, he's
And now he's
dancing. He will hopefully be here in voice for our podcast in a couple days on the BTS. But so today we're going to go ahead and talk about the Dwarf quests. There's just one. The Dwarf quest that was just released, as well as a couple recent updates from the month of September. Just as a overlook of what has happened in the past few weeks. We also have a little bit of business to take care of before we get started. In the last podcast, we mentioned that... Huh?
We failed.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, I wouldn't say we failed. We just misinterpreted a couple things that Mod Jack said. One thing we said was that there was significance to the hat Azanadra wears as Dr. Nabonic. Mod Jack said we misunderstood it, and he's talking about the headdress that Azanadra wears in his Majorat form. I can absolutely see that as being relevant, but just making sure that we're clear here. The Lore Noob hat does not technically have any significance. Except it does.
Yeah.
Does it
because we said so.
Yeah.
And because Lore Noob hat. Also, there's a couple Zerosian history things that were approved by Mod Osborne, especially Mod Jack's major Zerosian history document.
Zeros is not nice. Praise Zeros.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's Zeros is a jerk. Praise Zeros.
Still not
Either
nice.
way it works.
Also, we talked a little bit about the Zerosian Empire in the last one, and Mod Rowley talked about it and said some humans would have done really well in it, but Mod Jack replied, yeah, but not anyone from the lore forum. I chuckled at that. Lore noobs.
Yes.
I'd say it would be a little bit too cutthroat and too
It's so true,
violent. Yeah, oh yeah, it's totally true. Jack also said that we've confirmed that Sentistan is not so big that it goes all the way to Edgeville. It's a huge city, but not the size of a country. I always was under the impression that it went from like the dig site over to the walls of Varrock, like roughly in that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's obviously was a big city, but
It wasn't like, what was that name of the planet that was an entire city from Star Wars?
oh, I don't know.
Coruscant.
Yeah, that. It wasn't like that.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't take up our whole world map, so.
yeah. It may
This
have in
whole
their
thing-
time, but
Oh, well, yeah.
in their time there were no freaking elves. But anyways, also, Jack has a new interpretation of his Demon Pact, and it makes Demon Pact. It makes Zamorak look good and Zeros look bad. But Zeros cares not for your human concept of bad.
Vote
Because
Zamorak!
Zeros is a jerk. Praise Zeros.
Yes.
I'm going to use that just like ad nauseum now. Jack's going to hate me for that.
Well.
I really gotta respect that, though.
Yeah, I do.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, Mod Stew.
Also,
Lord.
one more thing from Mod Jack. Pandemonium and the Infernal Dimensions are now the same thing.
That's
and it
cool.
is a world. The demonologists of the Fourth Age thought it was a series of different dimensions because they opened portals to different parts of it. But Zeros, Zamorak, and the demons knew it, or know it, as Pandemonium.
That's
New
cool.
demonologist
I would
for-
just call it Pandemonium instead of the Infernal Dimensions.
Yeah, it's much easier to say Pandemonium as well. Sounds cooler too.
Those new demonologists lore failed.
Yeah. Of the fourth, F-O-R-T-H, age.
Oh, jeez.
Walter, please.
Walter, please.
Alright. Well then, yeah, I know you fixed that. I still have to jab you for it. He misspelled it in the thread, so just like he spelled Itchlaren wrong. All hail King Itchy.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Used to my name.
Lord Itchy.
Lord
King
Itchy.
Itchy.
We'll be saying that in the MPD podcast, which will absolutely be later this month.
Yes.
Also, before we get into a few of these, before we get into the Dungeoneering tasks, there are a couple updates, recent updates, that we're not going to cover this time, and most notably bonds and the PID update. I have a fair amount to say about bonds, and there's a couple other people in here that probably do as well.
Yep.
We're just going to save that for the BTS one. That's kind of more appropriate there when we're talking about things as a whole. And the PID, nobody in here really cares. I hate to say that, but
We don't
really
PK.
it doesn't affect anybody in here.
Maybe when Hoblet's here.
It's kind of like
Well.
it happened. So just as a forewarning, those are things, and we're going to talk about them if we talk about them a little bit later. Anyways.
When Lime PK's Lime EXE crashes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
As is really when Lime combats, Lime EXE crashes. As we saw from the when Lime tried soloing
The Great
Oh, yeah.
Rise and Fall of
yes,
Kazakhstan.
that. I hope that's
Tactical
somebody link that to me, because that's going up in the
The Adventures of Lime and the what's his
Yeah.
face, the demon. Yes.
yeah.
I'll find that now.
Adventures of Lime. Lime and demons. Okay. Anyways. Moving right along. Dungeoneering tasks. Yeah. The first thing on the list is repeating the sagas and the rage it caused. I'm gonna step back for a second. A lot of the tasks, I have never actually been a fan of the idea of Dungeoneering tasks, because I didn't think it ever could fit properly. Yeah, here's my line pick. I've always thought it was a terrible idea, and some of the tasks just reinforced that fear. The first thing that I see on the thread, repeating the sagas, that is like a confirmation of what I was worried about. I don't mind them adding that, but I think it's not bad for us. I don't mind them adding it, but I think it's not task-worthy. Yeah, because of the reason stated, to show that they are replayable. Okay. Yeah. Note the difference between our health bars. Yeah, this is from Lime. The full demon health bar compared to the basically dead Lime. Yeah.
Followed by an actually dead Lime.
Yeah, and then followed by the here rests in peace. Or in pieces in that case.
I'm just sad that Kitten couldn't get the last lines before I attacked the general, which was, hold my beer, watch this, and are you getting pictures?
I got this, guys.
Of course I was.
Anyways, yeah, so the second, another task that was, rage-inducing, the Frost Dragon task.
No.
Nodi and I can officially say that we got trolled, because we got it the first go. I wasn't even going for the task. I did a random C1 small, no, it was a C6 small for the September challenge. I didn't do this. I didn't do the Dungeoneering tasks on release, because I was like, nah, I have divination to do. But I did a random C6 small for the September challenge, and I found it the second room.
And we're all just like, it would be so funny if you just buried the bones in front of the altar.
I know, right?
Fucked up.
I actually had trouble gathering together enough money to make an altar, because there wasn't one in the dungeon. I was a C6 small. Apparently they shouldn't, regardless, apparently Frost Dragon shouldn't be hard to find. It took Walter 3 hours, Robo 3 hours, and the guy on the forums is over 200 mediums without one.
I think it took me like 3-4 hours too.
I didn't even try.
They're rare enough.
Took me, I don't know, like 13 floors or whatever. I don't know
Yeah.
how long that was, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, as to add to the troll factor, Frost Dragon bones disappear if you drop them. Who was it? Elder Mage or somebody? Somebody in the CC dropped it,
Elder.
and Ed came back and was like, "Where did my dragon bones go?" And I think that entire CC did a collective face palm.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor soul.
Yeah, just QQ.
Thorla agrees.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, and also if you disconnect, they're dropped on the ground, which means they won't be there when you get back. So again, GG. Like, I don't mind, again, it's one of those, like, I don't really mind the Frost Dragon task, but it's not task worthy. Tasks seem to be, like, the way that they've had it before, it's all skill based, has there actually been a task that has truly been luck based before now?
Nope. Not that
No.
I can remember.
Oh.
I think, like, the very first achievement diary had it, like the Karamja one. I think it was, like, get a gout tuber or whatever.
I think
I know
it was
that there's-
something. There was something like that.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, we're not gonna do that again.
I don't
Bad
actually
idea.
remember that. Is that still in the task set?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which one is it? Because I can just check now.
Cause I don't remember that, but I've had Karamja 4 done for a while now, ever since I got 95 summoning back at, like, the beginning of last year.
Anyways.
Yeah, I don't even know. Well, we'll check, we'll get that and look it up. But yeah, the thing is, Dungeoneering tasks, like, it's impossible for it to be a full task set without a significant amount of luck being required. Like, whether it be find the right boss, find the right resources. In the case of Robo's trials and tribulations with some of the divination tasks, why don't you tell us about a couple of those?
Well, one of the tasks, you had to use a particular level portent to go through a skill door that you can't open yourself. Now, that seems like a pretty fair enough task, but the thing is, you can't use that on a skill door you can actually use. And when you're maxed out, that means the only doors you can use it on are level 100 plus doors. Now, usually that wouldn't be a problem because, you know, you don't want them, you're going to find them every dungeon you do. But when you do want them, it turns out, nope, it's going to be several hours.
Yeah.
So I spent several hours just trying to find a door that I could not open, level 100 plus door, in the same dungeon that I could use the level 50 portent. Well, I had made the level 50 portent just because there was stuff there, but never found the correct door. So I had a couple ideas. The first one was that I was going to use the choose your boss reward from one of the previous task diary things to choose Unholy Cursebearer, and I made guide mode on a medium dungeon, and I went just straight through the boss because I knew it was going to be Unholy Cursebearer, and I didn't open up any bonus doors. And I went into the boss room and had Unholy Cursebearer drain all my stats down as much as you could, and I teleported out of it, so I had super low magic and strength to try to find any magic or strength door in the rest of the bonus rooms, because now I don't have to find a 100 plus door, I just need to find literally any magic or strength opening door. But didn't find any of those either.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so, well, how I eventually completed it was pretty funny. I had Orange, Smart Monkey, and a couple, I think it was Habit too, help me out. We're going to do a large floor, same tactic, have an Orange choose Unholy Cursebearer, and we just go straight down the critical path. But when the dungeon started, when you have guide mode out, you can tell which doors are critical. And since there's a max person on the team, that means a critical door means the lowest the door can require is 98, or 89, 10 lowers level than 99.
yeah.
So the dungeon started, and the door just south of base was a strength door, and it's critical. That means this door requires 89 or higher strength.
Troll.
So, I had an idea. we could go north of the dungeon, all these bonus rooms and whatnot. And so we did I found a celestial mage.
Yeah, because they drain stats.
Yeah, they drain your strength and all. It's 10 levels, so I was like, I could use this. So we just needed to find the correct tier wisp right now. So we did all the bonus stuff, but we couldn't find a wisp that I could catch myself that was high enough anyway. The closest one we had was a level 70 wisp. I had nowhere near level 70 at this time.
Yeah, you were like 58 or something, right?
Yeah, but there was one person on the team, Smart Monkey, I think. Yeah, it was him. He had close to level 70. He could use it if he had a boost. So what I did was I made a Gatherer's Potion and gave it to him. He made the portent, and I had an idea. Because of the way tasks work, they save your progress. Like for this task, it says make a portent and then use it to open a door.
That is clever.
So I already had the first part of the task done. I already made the portent
because you
the
made the
previous
portent.
dungeon. So we found out he made one, and it turns out they are tradable. So I took the portent from him, put a gate stone next to the 90 plus strength door, ran to that celestial mage, waited like 2 minutes for him to drain my stats.
Yeah, of course. When you want him to drain your stats, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So after he drained it, I instantly teleported to the door, tried to open it, and got the task done.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just, it's like those kind of acrobatics should not be necessary for a task set.
Yeah, I know,
they
right?
just should not be. And like,
But it happens to Robo all the time, like with the Ozan glitch, where he couldn't
that's
see.
yeah, but I mean that's different because I think that's part of that was that he was on a horrifically bad computer at that point.
Yeah.
Robo plays RuneScape on hard mode.
Like, yeah, he did. He really did. Like, with an 06 laptop, like,
Well,
Robo,
like-
this is 2012.
Gina.
What?
What is-
Spoiler.
Oh, hi, Gina. So basically Dungeoneering tasks, I don't like them because it's luck-based, and that shouldn't be what the tasks are about. And it's also rather difficult to do the Gulega task if you lag.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Then you get cake-based.
Cake-based.
It's a good thing they fixed the Gulega glitch before they released these tasks. There used to be a
Wait,
glitch
there was a
where,
glitch on it?
yeah, anything that had like an animation that, I'm not even sure how it worked, but anyway, that it, like basically, Gulega's
Okay, you know
tentacles
what?
wouldn't come
I
out
need
of
a
the ground.
spoiler.
Gulega's
I
tentacles
kinda need a
wouldn't come out of
spoiler
the
right now.
ground until like 5 seconds after it would have mechanically did it. So you'd be standing there, out of nowhere you get hit for all your HP -1. Then after you get hit, the tentacles show up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Annoying.
It's like it was really delayed.
Yeah, there was an animations glitch, and yeah, they fixed that a little while back.
So if they didn't fix that, you basically have to guess when it's using a special attack. Just keep running around the room. Hope you don't run into the space you were.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to do Gulega anyway, but, yeah.
So yeah, fully max one ring path is a hard task rather than an elite task. Walter wrote that in the thread.
That
I
was
mean, what?
that was a horrendous decision. I'm just
Okay.
gonna say that. I'm just gonna say
That's-
that straight out.
That's just another thing where it's not skill based. Why you do this sort of
It's just
why didn't want to upgrade a ring for a reason. But
Yeah. It's like,
Well.
it's the last hard task I have to do.
It's so dumb. Like,
now I have an
Yeah, this-
upgraded ring. Cool.
this was a poor decision on all parts.
I mean, and the thing is, like, a lot of people go and get a chaotic with their first 200k, or I guess
Yeah.
100k now, if you want to use a shield and a rapier. But because a main hand rapier is only 100k now, isn't it?
No, it's 200.
No, it's still 200.
Main hand is 200, offhand is 100.
Oh, the offhand is
But a
100. Are the shields
But a shield.
100?
Nope, 200.
Oh, that's lame.
I know.
That's
I looked at the-
dumb too, but that's definitely not this last update.
I looked at the prices because I still don't have a chaotic. I don't plan on getting a chaotic.
Yeah, but like the thing is, most people go and get a chaotic with their first 200k. That's like the thing that you do with Dungeoneering. That was the reason for Dungeoneering for a long time, and granted now there are dry gores and stuff, but usually you don't have 90, don't want to say usually, a lot of the time you don't have 90 strength, 90 attack when you get level 80 Dungeoneering, which is what it takes for the first 200k.
It's more like 82 though.
Well, it depends on how much bonus XP you have. If you have no bonus XP, it's like 2 million XP to get to level 80.
Yeah,
basically
81.
on the dot, which is 200k tokens.
Anyways,
Yeah.
it was a lame decision.
Yeah, I guess we can kind of go with, like, on to potion glitch, because that's really funny. Just seeing that in the thread.
Oh yeah, the potion glitch.
Yeah,
I'll get to the potion glitch in just a second too. But yeah, between the token rewards and the token required rewards and the maxing the ring path, those are just I'm sorry, those are just bad rewards, especially even for I'm level 105. I didn't have a maxed ring path. I had the tokens for one.
Yeah, I mean, at 115 I just now have a ring because of the task, which, okay.
Jagex, what are you doing?
Yeah, then all of DGS can scream at me and kill me in my sleep or something. I don't know.
But yeah, I was at 105 and didn't have a ring path maxed. I had 4 ring paths at rank 9, because I was like, what, rank 10 is 200 plus K tokens for basically no bonus. What's the point? Well, I found a point. I found a reason to max one. But still.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone still had their one reset.
I did. I did have my one reset, and I used it.
Nice.
Because I think I had 200k tokens banked, which clearly wasn't enough, and I am absolutely not willing to do that again to get 50k tokens worth. Even though it's 4 larges, that's 4 larges more than I would want. But yeah, so also, one more fun little glitch with this I don't think has anything to do with the Dungeoneering tasks, or did it get caused by that release? Do we know?
I don't know, but it's amazing.
No idea. The screen caps are hilarious.
But yes, I think Walter's is the best, because, oh my god, that HP. Basically, if you get poisoned, and then use a cure poison potion that you make yourself, any of the 3 cure poison potions.
You die.
I wasn't aware that there was more than one, actually. You get insta-KO'd.
Yeah.
So Walter has a fun picture of him getting KO'd from max HP with full primal or Prometheum gear, taking an 11,000 hit splat to the face from the poison potion.
That's just...
I mean,
Ow.
it's just wow.
Yeah.
It's stage 5 level of fail.
Oh my god! It's just apparently he got this was in the screenshot. This was a level 10 spider or something.
Yeah, it is. It's a dungeon spider.
Yeah, it's a level. Well, I mean, it could be a dungeon spider of a much higher level, but it's a level 10 spider. So he was getting whacked by this thing for 10 minutes, waiting for it to actually hit.
To actually poison him.
Yeah, so it actually poisoned. But yeah, and then he took an 11,208 hit splat to the face.
That's some fast acting poison.
I know, right? Especially when it's supposed to be cured.
Yeah, it must just be cake and everything in it. Just
Yeah. I mean, it's cake face part
Icing.
10,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, the best part is if you have the aura free death, or if you have the aura's free death thing on, it revives you and then instantly kills you again. So it's like, I hate you, I'm going to kill you again.
Oh my gosh.
I hate you.
Let's do that again.
It is, it's great. And Thorlos says he blames Slisky. Okay. And him hiding death.
Oh god.
God.
You will
It's
not
just,
escape.
it is too good.
Your god can't help you now.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, so that's the lulzy glitch thing. But anyways, moving on to speaking of the aura effects, there's a lot of those like kind of like whatever rewards for it, like the Heimkrab cosmetic override for claws. Okay, just okay.
I have a lot to just skip over.
Yeah, there's a lot. The important ones, I'd say, are the ability to choose a boss once a day. Clearly, it has helped with with some of the task sets. It could be useful for journal hunting, which I know that everybody outside of us does.
Definitely.
It acts like Ava's accumulator and a bone crusher, which is something I've wanted, especially the Ava's part, I've wanted that to be, exist for, like, ever. Similarly, you get runes and a potion at the start, just to begin with, which is nice. Thok's secret training facility, I like that.
Yeah.
That's the Myth Dragon spot with, like, 4 Myth Dragons, and they all attack you at once?
Yeah, they all attack you at once.
Yeah, because they're all aggressive. So,
Wow.
go Thok,
Ouch.
go!
Yeah. Have fun with that.
Thok no care about puny dragon. It also provides access to yew trees on Daemonheim Peninsula, which is another 3 yew trees next to a deposit box. And then additionally, the deposit box makes it the closest maple and yew trees to a bank, which is great for the intended level range. Which, knowing me, is probably where I'm gonna eventually get 99 woodcutting, because that's just how I roll. AFKing yew trees. Oh yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yep.
Not really,
Also,
but you know.
yeah, I know. It's not for everyone. Also, hard mode DG, which we will talk about now, unless somebody has anything else to say about the rewards. Nope, okay. Hard mode. Death is the same as on regular floors. Completing all of them unlocks the of Daemonheim title. There's no bonus XP, which I don't know.
I would have given it bonus XP. I mean, it's like tons harder. Like,
Yeah, I know.
because
Yeah.
well, now even if you're soloing, it's a forced large dungeon. Like you can't choose anymore since they fixed that. Because now you're forced into a large dungeon. Every room is a guardian door, no matter what you do.
you know, when I said I wanted to solo larges, I didn't have this in mind.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It is interesting that every door does count as a guardian door. Thok now has the of Daemonheim title, which is nice.
Yep.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
Because he completed hard mode floors before they were cool.
Yep.
Hipster Thok is hipster.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so that's I as much as I hate the kind of bonus XP BS that's in the game, I do think that should have bonus XP. Who is the dev for hard mode DG?
Moltear.
It was Moltear. I know that he said explicitly, like, it's just a challenge for fun, kind of like what Chris L was talking about with hard mode Virago, but still, like, I really think that it should be, it should have some kind of bonus, even if it's not XP, some kind of like bonus tokens, bonus. I mean, granted, if you're at level 120 doing this for the of Daemonheim title, you clearly don't need tokens, but
a pet Heimkrab.
Mod Anna was not part of this update, so that was not going to happen. She should be. She should be a part of every update.
We have a Heimkrab hat and 2 Heimkrab claws now, so...
They should put penguins in Daemonheim. That should be the reward.
Penguin spies.
All the penguins are spying on Daemonheim.
bosses running around as like pillars or something. Oh, so we can actually have a KG pillar in Blink's boss room.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh man, that's great. Okay. And once again, that is making it into the podcast. I'm sure
Oh, crap.
Kid did not know what she was getting into. Blink.
It's bad, it's funny, it's just...
I'm
well.
sure she wasn't expecting this to be in 4 podcasts now.
No! Oh my god, it's in 4? I thought it was in, like, 2!
This would be the 3rd.
Okay, well, yeah.
Still.
Funny.
And I'm sure it
Let's
will
make it
happen
4.
further on.
It's gonna happen until, like, the last world event.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, anyways, oh man. Due to the increased boss levels, I guess it is easier to get a tier 11 drop, but,
Oh yeah, that is definitely true. It's a lot easier.
But yeah, the monsters drop less food, and when they do, it's typically lower level food. Oh, I guess also it's easier to
think
find
they fixed
Slayer
that.
critters.
Oh, yeah, that is very true.
Because
On
lol
Soul Grazer,
hexes.
like, it's more rare to not have a Soul Grazer in a C6 guide moded floor than it is 2C.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're on frozen floors, and you still get Netch, whatever.
Necrails, and I'm assuming it's, well, huh?
I think I had a room with 3 Edemus once.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
I was about to ask, like, since the hex is kind of useless as it is right now.
Oh yeah, Bat found 3 more hexes.
Who did?
He has Bat.
Oh, Bat.
DFG.
Nice.
He has 3, I think it's 3 or 4, I'm not sure. He has
Why
one,
would
he's
he
had
do
one
that?
bound.
Actually, I don't need to ask the answer to that question because the answer is because he's bad.
I
But
think it's pretty cool to like have a collection of hexes.
I'm sure there's much forum rage from the people who got 200 mil XP without seeing a hex to be like, oh, now we're gonna throw hexes at you.
Well, there would if hexes were still good. But
Oh yeah, that's true. That's yeah. That's what I was about to get into. Like, soul gazers are kind of trivial now. What the real one that's important is the Adimu because of the
yeah,
blood necklace.
I'm looking for a seeker really because I want the just the items.
Charms.
Yep, I think that'd be cool.
I've never seen a seeker drop a charm. I've never seen it. I mean, granted, the last time I lol DG'd was like a year and a half ago, but still.
Well, if I get one, I'll show you.
But yeah. So, and also because of the Guardian Door stuff, all skill doors and challenge rooms also require level 90 or higher. This is crit path. No, this is all doors. No?
All doors. Every single door. They can even have 100+ doors on the crit path.
Oh man.
Wow.
You
So,
can literally be stuck at the base because you can't do any of the doors because you don't have enough resource for the potions to get in.
GG. Yeah. So all skill doors and challenge rooms require level 90 or higher, even if it makes the dungeon impossible to complete.
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure whether that can be considered intentional.
It
But,
is.
yeah. Drop the chisel. Guide mode can be turned on. Also, one more thing before we move on. Teleporting within a boss room is prohibited. So basically, Robo's 120 challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, teleporting within is prohibited. For Robo's 120 challenge, teleporting out was prohibited.
Because
Oh,
permanent
yeah.
don't use magic.
Yep.
I mean, like, you can't teleport out of it either in the boss room. Once you go in...
Well, no, I know, but
Yeah.
but in this case, prohibits teleporting. Period. Because you abuse teleporting for a couple bosses like Runebound.
Oh, yeah, that's true, I see. Yeah, I couldn't do that either, I was sad. I like that mechanic, especially for Runebound.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, I think that pretty much covers everything from LOLDG. I think that covers everything a little bit more than we'd intended, but
I did have a goal to even though death's okay in the hard mode, I still wanted to survive all the floors, and so...
How's that working for you?
Well, I didn't die on anything, except the final one. Floor 60, Calgary.
GG.
Ah.
GG.
It was right into this final stage, too.
I'm sure you were just like, oh no.
It's like a
Yeah.
Basically.
What if they really did have you restart all your progress from 4-1 if you died on you?
I blame Saraderp.
back
Speaking
to
of which, Battle of Lumbridge, Rise of Saraderp. The Saradomin, of course, won the battle, as was shown in the ending.
Or you didn't die.
Yeah, Moya didn't die. Nobody died, actually.
Except
As was showed in the last cutscene, Moya teleported away with Zamorak. The wise old man claims Zamorak was banished. There's no way that's true.
Yeah, no.
Not so wise.
he just wants to believe.
Saradomin isn't that powerful.
Yeah, he's not. Like, he was confirmed to be tier 2.5 today, but, like, stronger than all tier 3, but still weaker than all tier 2. But...
I mean, he's gaining power. Like, Zamorak's defeat definitely got him more power.
Yeah. But I mean, if you have to think about it, like, Zamorak's probably roughly the same as he was before, because he gained a whole bunch of power from tiers, but then lost a bunch of it to Saradomin. So I'd say it's kind of a wash for him. Saradomin absolutely gained power, and Saraderp is now tier 2.5 or whatever. It is nice to see that the god tiers are fluid, like you can go between them.
Yeah.
It's not like a step, where you can't go up half a step.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think any of us in here are Saradominist. I don't know about
Well, I was on Saradomin's side, and...
that doesn't count.
Well, yeah, because I executed everyone in Birthright of the Dwarves.
Yeah, pretty much.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Even Claus?
Walter says, "Hail Saraderp, praise Saraderp."
No,
Claus?
I didn't execute Klaus or Grunch.
Oh, okay.
Because they were both featured in my quest.
Anyways, moving along. Continue. Okay, but yeah, so that happened. I guess now would be a good time to give some brief opinions on the Battle of the Whole. Wait, before we do that, there is a current bug. I'd call it an oversight. It's not a bug. Rewards are not technically 5% off right now. They should be. It's an oversight from Olter and Raven, and they're fixing that. Also,
you lore failed. Thorla called you out. The AMA said that Zamorak lost a lot of power and got significant injuries.
Oh,
He wasn't banished.
I lore failed then.
He wasn't banished, but he lost a lot of power.
I still consider that he lost a lot of power, but gained a lot from the tiers, so...
He's injured, though.
Yeah, he may be injured now and can't use any power that he got from the tiers at the current moment. That's kind of the way I see it.
Meanwhile, Lumbridge is really injured.
Yeah, well, we're dealing with Lumbridge in the BTS cast, so... Moving along. You can also get War Priest armor from critters in the God Wars dungeon. So, yeah. Anyways, brief opinions of the battle as a whole. Go.
The battle as a whole?
Yep.
Something to do every day.
The player base was an idiot when they didn't get line bots in.
I know, right?
Player base was stupid on all of the votes. Literally every single one except for the 5% reduction.
And
I have to admit, though, that one where they chose to have double spawns, it turned out to be pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't have thought they would have multiple on the field at the same time, but they did. So there's like multiple line bots just walking around.
Yeah, the line bots. But yeah, it was long. I do agree with what they were saying in the latest BTS video about the World Event 2, just kind of giving an overview of what happened and then introducing the next one, kind of introducing. Not really. But they're just like, this one was too long, and I agree with them. It was, 10 weeks was too much.
Yeah,
6 to 8 would have been perfect.
Yeah, by the end of 10 weeks, it's just like, I'm not even gonna do this anymore. It's like, There's a big pothole in Lumbridge.
Well,
Cool.
let's be fair. I didn't do any that for the, week 4 to week 8 because of divination. I did very little before that either. But because it was 10 weeks, I had a chance to come back and get all of the overrides, all of the armor sets, both the Saradomin and the Zamorak War Priest sets.
The Icianic Banhammer.
I got all 6 of the overrides. I got 2 of the 3 Zamorak emotes. I got all of the Zamorak titles. I got all of the battle titles from both sides. I had a chance to come back and do all of that because it took so long. But, yeah.
It was more like a siege than a battle.
Yeah, it really was more like a siege. But then again, that's how a lot of battles end up turning out, so. But still, yeah, it was too long. It was good, and it was a good first world event. I like that as a trial. We're gonna do this and see how everybody likes it. Hopefully they give players less choices next time, or less power to choose stuff next time.
Yeah.
Or, less idiotic choices.
Actually, what I guess I'd want to say is, give each player the power to choose their own. So if you chose something for the Duke and still had money, then you weren't hampered by the other million idiots out there who were picking the most expensive thing.
Because we really
Expensive
need guard dogs.
equals better. And logic.
Yeah, just
At least we didn't have mass graves, and I'm just happy about that.
But yeah. Anyways, I think that pretty much covers the rise of Saraderp.
Whoa, wait. I just want to say that I think that Zamorak will strike next at Daemonheim, the Daemonheim camp, the Permanent camp, in order to get more reinforcements. All the people in Daemonheim.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I know Thok will be able to stand up to that.
Yeah, Thok will be the general for the Godless.
Thok would just smash everything, including Zamorak.
Yep.
Thok would just be no, and then just punch him in the face with a hind crab. It would literally just be...
It would be the end of that saga.
Yeah.
Oh god, yes.
Thok no care about prayer door.
Yep.
Spirit must go. Thok, prayer door. That is now in the... I love how this all comes back to LOL DG.
Yeah.
Make it stop!
Fine.
But yeah, moving along, we have one more major topic to talk
This
about,
is big,
and that
guys.
is the Birthright of the Dwarves, unless there's something in chat that isn't spam. I see a lot of spam in the chat, and that... No! Absolutely not.
Dang it.
Had to happen sometime.
Maybe.
Okay, and I'm kind of neglecting the chat at this point, so I'm sorry to Walter and Thorla. If something gets said, somebody else butt in, because I'm just reading the thread as we go down.
Thorla says it's okay.
Okay. Thanks, Lime. Yeah, but anyways, the Birthright of the Dwarves, Dwarf Quest, Grandmaster, series finale. I would say it was pretty good. There's things that could have been better, things that could absolutely have been worse. I like the lore fail fixing. That was fun. But
yeah, the memory thing was really cool.
Yeah.
The Battle of Barendir, that was a cool sequence.
Yeah, really all of that was nice. But gonna talk about the lore a little bit in a bit. And we're gonna start with some of the game mechanics and logic. The canon section. Oh my god.
The cannon run.
Oh, wow.
The cannon run.
Why has EOC poisoned all of us into thinking that prayer is absolutely useless everywhere?
Because it so is.
Why? Because
I don't... Helps.
Did anybody use prayer on their first run through? Hey, yes. The cannons hit ranged.
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
I used to.
Damn you two.
First time I saw that 3000, I was like, time for a range.
It's nope.
Because I was totally expecting that to just be nope, not gonna work.
Oh my god, I was so happy I brought a shield because I just kept spamming resonance and just praying range, and it worked pretty well.
Oh, curses work.
Yeah, well, yeah,
curses.
I mean,
curses
once
work.
I died, I actually almost got to the end without praying. Like, I was actually streaming my quest run. And
Yeah, I was watching.
Lime, Walter, Orange, Shiraki was watching at some point, and I don't know, maybe some other people
Saw a bit.
were watching. But I almost got to the end without prayer. Like,
I had the death count.
the death count was 11 by the end, by the way, Lime.
My gosh. Just
No,
for the cannon
no,
part?
I had 3 at the cannon, 8 at the boss.
Okay.
But yeah, so, and like I said, I don't combat. I do not know how to EOC very well.
None of us combat.
I never didn't know how to combat before EOC either, so it's not like that's.
I wonder if resonance worked.
Resonance on... Yeah, resonance did work on the cannons, because I used that like a million times. It's like, okay,
Yeah, well, I don't have a
nope.
shield. I don't ever use a shield, so.
Just
The
like
bossing.
a cannonball, just like going into and you getting healed.
Yeah,
The
basically.
the bossing in this quest was really fun. I have to say, it was a very fun.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a moment, though. But yeah, the cannons, it's just one of those like, oh right, I guess prayer is still a thing. Praying ranged is still a thing for this. I mean, I guess it's useful on the main boss too, but still. Cannons do damage based on your maximum HP. So, like, War Priest armor is better than Port's armor since your healing doesn't scale with your max HP, but War Priest has way lower max HP.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it would sort of be, because once you get everything piling on you near the end, once you're taking care of the last couple cannons, you might take more damage from War Priest, but still, yeah.
They get stuck by the little staircase pretty
Yeah,
easily,
they did.
though.
I
so-
was, like, I'm sure you guys saw me on my stream, like, I was stuck on the staircase, because I had one of the noobs on the staircase, and apparently it didn't like me going up the stairs, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
I was getting
You kept getting teleported
dodging
back.
behind those rocks.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Shall not
Yeah,
pass.
that was kind of annoying. But yeah, so the repairing memory section was awesome. I love how you went in and you fixed lore fails. Like, you fixed blatant
Basically, yeah.
lore fails. Like, that is awesome.
Yeah, that was.
I love the
really
part
good
when
sequence.
we were with Zamorak, like, where Raidmar's talking to Zamorak, and I said it on stream. I'm like, why is Zamorak here? He's supposed to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
gone, unless
Yeah.
Raidmar is several thousand years old, which he's not. What is this? But then you fix the lore
Yeah,
fail,
for some
and it's
reason-
actually a statue.
Yeah.
For some reason, it didn't hit me too much because I thought I was just hallucinating. I wasn't even sure what the heck was going on.
I thought that might have been
what's
it, but
going
it didn't. But considering that the way that the memories had been, there wasn't any hallucinating. It was just false memories.
on. Yeah, it took
Yeah.
me a while to catch on to that because when I saw the Hardmar stuff, my first thought was it was a vision of the future because.
Yeah, that was the
got-
first thing I
we
thought
got
of,
to
and then I
look
was
at
like,
it.
wait, this is a memory.
Yeah.
And Raidmar's much younger.
Yeah, he has a brown curly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would have probably been like, what, 100 years ago? he is Benjamin Button. But,
Yes.
yeah, so that's, yeah.
Yeah, it took me a bit to catch on to that too, because at first it's like, oh my god, what is this? And then it eventually was like, oh, that's
Oh,
actually,
right.
yeah, basically what you said, it's
Yeah.
all memories. It's like, oh, now I
Yeah.
get it. But that took
The
me a
thing
while.
with
Then the part, then the part with all the Red Axe directors and the statue of Hradmar and Caldron, I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't sure about
Yeah.
that, but
I
then,
was like,
but then that is explained near the end, and we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Yeah.
I want to mention a little bit more about the Chronicles. It is basically divination without the divination requirement, which is interesting.
Yeah. Same. Wait, I was gonna say something about the animation. I don't know if
It's not exactly
never mind.
the same. It's similar.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was something.
but the repairing memories was actually, like, it was touching in a way. Like, you saw, like, these guys, all of them were either delusional in the case of Raidmar, or had their memories, either were delusional, had their memories wiped against their will in the case of Grunch, or were so screwed up with their memories that it's like, it really, I guess, humanized is the wrong word because these are dwarfs, but it made them seem like full round characters, which is really cool.
I say we go hunt down the real villain in the series, Lanil.
Yeah. Oh my God, that asshole. Yeah, Lanil is
Wherever he is.
Lanil is the only
Wherever he is,
character in the Red Axe part that truly seems like a villain now, which is so strange. Like, going in,
Because he's a no.
like, the entire plot of the quest is like, the Red Axe had given up. The Red Axe, Raidmar realized he's 148. He would only have been alive for 2 years on the throne, so he's like, fine, whatever, I have my own Keldagrim with my own Chaos Dwarves, because, like, this isn't gonna work. So the Red Axe had given up. Grim was, the only reason he was the way he was is because he went insane at the Battle of Barondir. And then Grunch was taken against his will, and then had his own memories wiped. It's just like, it's a wild series of events, and the story part of it was stunningly good. Lime says, I'll make my own Keldagrim with blackjack and hookers. Then I can take that, I can take that a step further. Wait, forget the blackjack. Yay, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge reference.
Everyone.
But yeah, that was just, it was pretty epic. I loved the story of it, and like, looking back on it, I'm not thinking, as I played through the quest, I didn't really realize this, but thinking about it afterwards, it's like, there's a lot of stuff that, there's kind of a lot of smoke and mirrors with all of the dwarf quests, that we had complete misinformation about the Red Axe in general. And, yeah,
that's like what happened to me. Like, the first time I was like focusing on just doing the quest, but then after, when I was watching your stream, I was like, wait, look at all this stuff I missed.
I mean, it really shows, just watching the quest again, doing the quest again, thinking about the quest again, it really adds so many layers onto some of this stuff, and it's what we as lore noobs get to experience that a lot of the RuneScape community does not, which is really cool to think about. It's like,
we must share
that's what we're doing here in our excessively long podcasts.
Oh well.
But yeah, anyways, but I think that covers more or less what I want to say about the lore, that specific aspect, because that almost is that is like the mechanics of the Dwarf quest, almost. The way that it portrays the lore of and the stuff in the series. But, one more thing before we move on to the combat aspect. We'll get back to the lore in a little bit, but...
Should we talk about the
Yes, that's what I'm about to do.
Oh yeah.
The door, if, for you who are watching my stream, like, the first thing that I said was like, this door is broken. Door, you're drunk, go home.
And then in, like, the boss battle, the boss can just sort of walk through the door, but he can't.
Yeah, the door is in the wrong spot. I was like, but when I walked into the boss room, and again, you guys heard this, like, I'm like, oh hey, the door's fixed. Oh wait, no it's not.
Yeah, he just kind of clips through it and then just stares at you when you're outside of it. Okay, this isn't weird at all.
Speaking of the boss, we're gonna start with Acadia or Icadia. It's not Acadia, it's Icadia. She's a total loony. But I think we'll talk more about her lore, whatever, in a little bit. But she's really weak she's like, what, 140 or something?
She's 160.
She's 160 and I killed her without food, without prayer, without anything. I just went and used a few abilities and she died. I'm like, I hope that's not the final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't even look at the combat levels anymore, really.
Oh, she was 180? What?
No, it was
I'm pretty sure she was not 180.
No, I think it was 160.
I mean, I can go back and look at that, but I know the bosses at the end were 160.
Hold on. To the wiki.
Yeah, but anyways, but yeah, she was really, really weak, and.
Oh my god, it actually is 180. It actually is 180.
180.
I don't know.
But whatever. I mean, she says explicitly that she's kind of weak and she's like whatever, but that's ridiculous. She should not be 180.
I know, she shouldn't be higher level than
Yeah. She should be level 14. But yeah, anyways, and now let's talk a little bit about the final battle. First of all, I have a few choice words to say about 95% of the community taking the easy way out, and that includes some people in here, so sorry about this. Do it as it's intended, please. I don't care if it's more difficult.
What was
the easy way out is to lock either Grimson or Raidmar in the room, and by splitting them up, stunning one of them, walking out the door, letting the other one follow you, and then closing the door behind them.
Oh no, I didn't stun one of them. I had to try. I just
stunning makes it even easier.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still kind of weird. Just it's understandable that the battle takes place there, but the fact that the whole place is still open is just kind of odd. I assume that all the doors would lock and the battlefield, just the square would instance. But that's why I found it really weird that you can walk out and go down the stairs and just leave the whole area and run around.
Oh, I never tried that.
Get this, I don't want to kill you.
Well, that was what Walter was saying, that you can...
So that seems like an oversight for the boss battle.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like... There's a thing where you can trap Grimson on the side with the staircase, and when he starts that charge thing that just spams you with high damage, just go down the stairs and come back, and then you can kill him, which... Yeah, so it's kind of like, please fix this, even though, yes,
it's kind of like with the Brink of
Extinction.
They changed the Brink of Extinction later, didn't they? Because originally, the way that we all beat it, I think, is you kill the ranger, and then he only spawns meleeers. You're already praying melee against Thok, so then it kind of becomes easy mode while you just dodge. You just have to focus on dodging the hawk. We can't. There is no killing hawk.
Wait.
Or there is no killing. God damn it! These two words are too close.
Gordon,
now I'm lore failing again.
Oh, God.
We can't. There is no killing Thok. But you can kill Hawk.
You did it again.
Kill Hawk repeatedly. But in this case, all you had to worry about was the floor, and because your floor and stunning him, because you're already praying melee against Hawk. So, but
yeah, it's kind of like, unless the whole area was supposed to be sort of like in reasonably open sort of battlefield thing. If that was intended, that's fine. But if it was not intended,
there's a few things in there that were there's a few ways they could very easily fix that. One kind of cool way is if you close the door and they're split up, that they just kick down the door. I would love to see in the chat box, Hraidmar has burned down the door, or Grimson has kicked down the door.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Like, literally just kick it down and the door goes away. Another easy way is kind of an extension of that, you just have no door after you go in. Cause it says, like, when you are running through that tunnel to get to the where the Battle of Barondir was, when you're running through that and you get to that final door, it says, you're going to be in the boss room, get ready. But when you go up when you go through that door cave thing, you're suddenly at the top of the stairs, and they're still stuck behind the door. So, like, if you just remove the door, you're gonna be in the battle, which is what it said that you were gonna be, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the staircase specifically, an easy fix would just say you can't do that while in combat. Or you can't go down the stairs while someone's smacking the crap out of you.
Or lock the door the door gets locked behind you. That would also be an extremely easy fix.
It could be something funny.
I really like the kicking down the door thing, though. I really like, because that would just be, that's so kind of chaos dwarfy, like where you lock one of them out and they're just like, this is stupid. Kick.
Yeah, or I can see stuff like, kind of what Thorla is saying, but just a little bit further, like, Hraidmar spawns, like, 2 Chaos Dwarves to block the door.
Oh yeah, that would work too.
Insta-kill you if you try to get out. Something creative, something really funny.
You should also, like, flip
You see the 10th central table flipped, because he's like, that should be one of Grimson's attacks. Is if you're hiding behind the table, he just flips the table on you, and you automatically die.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Oh man, they should totally do that for a future quest. If there just happens to be a table in the boss room, one of the attacks, if you're using the table to save spot, is a table flip.
Yeah, because then it can just go back, like, stupid reference, but it's kind of like from God dang it! What was last Sarah Derp Owen? I can't remember. I'm an idiot. But Death of Chivalry, yeah, where she's just like, come out and play. Then it can actually be something like, no, actually, legitimately, screw you. Have a table. It's like, you can't do that.
Yes. But yeah, that was. But yeah, I'd love to see that in a future quest. Make it happen. Any JMod that watches
That'd be amazing.
This.
Thorla says, Grimson had little patience and flips the table on you.
Yes, that would be a great thing to see in chat. Flips the table. Yeah. And the thing is, after you flip it once, you can flip it again.
Oh yes. At least it ends up in a corner.
Right?
It's just like, what?
It would require a lot of table flipping and a lot of living through that hit to end up in the corner, though, because that's kind of a big room.
So much rage.
Like, I could see it moving like 1 hex to the whatever range with the table flip. All the chaos rage.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of a lulzy fix to that, but, like, yeah. Please don't.
It's a lulzy quest series.
I wouldn't say the quest series is lulzy. The boss fight, the fact that you can do the boss fight in a completely stupid way is kind of lulzy, and that's where I'm kind of getting at here. And I know that not everybody here agrees with me. Actually, I think everybody here agrees with me, just some will sheepishly go and do it like that because of patience.
It was a pretty glitchy boss.
That's true.
To be honest.
And that's why I'll talk about that here right now, actually.
If the boss gets the fight dirty, I get the fight dirty.
Grim especially is the problem here. His charge attack is sometimes impossible to stop, because stunning him doesn't seem to work. Leeching his adrenaline with natural instinct absolutely doesn't work.
Just run. You're done. Just run.
Yeah, and then apparently there is a bug where Grimson can grab a dwarf through a closed door to use as a shield or throw at you. Like,
what?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Apparently he did that to Thorla.
You know the part where Grimson and Valdebon are fighting each other? for the first 2 minutes, I just stood there while watching them fight because I thought you
Yeah.
weren't supposed to fight.
Yeah.
Crimson's like, this doesn't concern you. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, and then I was like,
That's like-
wait, I can just attack him. I did that entire fight
yeah.
without
No,
food. Like, Lime and Walter, actually Lime was gone at that point, but no, Lime was still there.
Yeah. for a
Yeah, Lime
few
was still there when I
seconds.
did that part. Lime and I had no food for like the entire second half of the quest and then Walter told me not to go bank when I was going to. That's why that doesn't count as a death. My first death at the boss
It
doesn't
does count.
because Walter told me specifically not to. No,
Roll.
you told me later. You told me when going a little bit further. I was going to go teleport out to restock, and you were like, no. So I should have had stuff. But either way, I killed Grimson that time. I stunned him, and then took a step back and just shot away. And then when he started moving, I stunned him again, took a step back, and just kept fighting. Like, that
Yay
was
for mage.
yeah, yay for mage. But that was just kind of like, okay, I thought that was supposed to be Veldaban's fight, but apparently I can make this entire process go faster.
Yeah.
To be fair though, like sometimes you can actually start attacking.
Oh
you,
yeah, he
so-
did, and that's when I stunned him and took a step back.
No, you did it. You started it.
Yeah. Yeah, I held back until Grimson started attacking me. I was like, oh, fine, you want to do that way?
Fine,
I'll
asshole.
kill you.
Ah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that. Yeah, but if everything worked right in the final battle, where Grim's charge didn't bug out when you stunned him, or I guess stun didn't bug out when he charged, or natural instinct worked properly, because he clearly has adrenaline. Like, it should absolutely... I tried that once. Walter said he tried it a few times before he realized it didn't work. Yeah, Thorla tried it a few times as well. I don't know if anybody else in here.
I
Ryan did
tried.
as well.
I tried once.
I wonder who won the fight, Rawanat or
Crimson. Because of
Yeah.
bugs.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like Rams.
God.
But yeah, so, hold on a second. Ram.
It was funny running around a pillar with him charging at me. It was just like,
Yeah,
no,
my
no.
successful run, I got him stuck behind a pillar for one of the times he charged. So I was like, okay, that's good. I also died twice with Grimson at 7k HP or less, and Hraidmar dead. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Again, because I was doing it as it was intended, so I was in the room, like, with everything piling me and stuff. So, but like being able to do it like that clearly shows it's absolutely possible to do it like this. It's difficult, but it's not like broken. It's just a little bit buggy. And if stun worked properly, as I was saying in the stream, force choke solves all of the world's problems. Like I was having
Yeah.
problems stunning Hraidmar out of his heal, so I just kept asphyxiate open, and whenever he started doing that, boom, force choke.
Yep, it's like charging up. Nope.
Yeah, but
I used Dragon
Hraidmar,
Fire.
aside from his healing move, isn't that difficult. Like he's just kind of a little bit annoying if you're, again, like what Walter actually has in the thread is. He's less of a threat to most people than Grim, once you know what a strong attack is. And his deal is that he can be very annoying with his teleports and his attacks if you're watching specifically for Grim's charge move. I was actually doing the opposite. I died a few times because I didn't notice Grim's charge move, because I was focusing on the healing. But yeah, apparently Thorla had a couple issues with minion spawns. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a buggy fight. There is a cap on how many things he can spawn at once, though. So, but yeah. So overall, it was a challenging fight. I'd love to do it again when it wasn't buggy.
I definitely would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow, I just got water all over
Yeah,
my
nice.
face. Go me.
Nice.
Alright, let's get to the war.
Give me just a second here.
Somewhat speaking of bugs, there's a chat bug with the pickaxe
course.
and
Be a cat bug.
for the rewards.
Oh.
Yeah, lava flow mine
that
bug
one.
stuff.
Yeah. Like debug text.
So much bugs.
Yeah, it says something RA5 lava _geyser _ destroyed _ damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit messy.
But yeah, so that's... And going on, speaking of which, some of the quest rewards, it gave an obscene amount of XP. 400k just for completing the quest, and another 250k mining XP available if you have up to 95, I believe. 200k strength
94.
XP because lol strength. I'm still not sure what strength was used for. What was it even used for in the quest?
Well, none of them were used for anything,
Oh,
really.
mining what? Well,
No. They were all just like dwarf requirements.
pulling the lever. Walter says pulling the lever required 95 or 85 strength. Okay.
Better not be. That better not be
There
it.
really wasn't anything that had anything to do with mining or smithing. I guess the only thing that you could consider as smithing related was pulling the guy's letters out of the furnace.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Hey, look, I smelted some letters.
I don't. Why even have those requirements? Make it
was just like a dwarf.
But that's so dumb. Like, I understand strength is has the highest average level in the game. Like, the average level for members for strength is like 95 or something ridiculous like that. Like, there are 200,000 people with 99 strength. But, still, like, why?
It could just be, like, to make sure that you're somewhat prepared for the combat, just considering how the boss fight was intended to be.
But if you're
at least what
maging it,
we
or
assume it's intended to
ranging
be-
it, which most people would have done, especially mage,
Yeah, well, yeah, still, maging is still more effective at this point. So then, I don't
it
know.
just seems dumb.
It's random
You
requirement.
had to be resourceful with the gear. Okay, I can see. Okay, Thorlos says you had to be resourceful with the gear and know how the cannons were smithed. I can see that being a good for the smithing requirement.
It seems like a cop-out.
Mining, I don't see anything that dealt with mining, and there was nothing that dealt with strength.
Maybe for mining, you had to know like the weak points on those pillars or something. I
No,
don't know.
but the cannons shot the pillars down. Data. Walter says mining memories, data mining. Isn't that what divination is? Just add an 80 divination
extent.
requirement and watch everybody rage, except for me.
Yeah, except for a couple of us.
Walter's at like 90 something? 94.
Something.
Nice. Almost at poison wastes. See, we can't go through one of these without having some kind of divination level banter either.
I'm a noob, I'm still at like 50 something.
Also, a couple of more quest rewards. There's dragon staves, dragon battle staves. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever why they made that, but okay.
Apparently that's the pink dragon, and that's very
GG
disappointing.
Lime. GG.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing. I wish it was like a robot dragon that was the pink
Why
This
we
is
dragon.
why we
have
can't
nice
have nice things. I don't understand why they made a dragon battle staff. There isn't any other metal that has a battle staff.
In before Rune Battle Staff.
It's the only level 60 staff other than Lightning Staff 4, so it fills a void, but it can't be used without the quest, so who cares? That's what Walter says in the chat. And that's true. They've stated this explicitly, the JMods have, that Dragon gear is pretty much purely cosmetic at this point. They acknowledge that there's clearly higher level stuff than Dragon. Most people aren't in the 60s long enough to really But why Dragon Battle Staff? Why?
I don't know.
It's just, like, I get it fills a void, but why call it a Dragon Battle Staff? Call it something else. Dwarves, it's a battle staff. Dwarves can't use magic. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But, like,
did, but past tense.
It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. You can also buy Dragon Warhammers, as if anybody uses those. And you can fight Chaos Giants at a chance of a Dragon Throwing Axe drop. I don't know what those are useful for. Probably nothing.
Throwing.
Thanks, Lime. The drop tables of those will be improved in the near future, because apparently it's pretty low. Also, Walter has a kind of lulzy thing. For whatever reason, the main hand throwing axe, Alx for 418, and the offhand axe is Alk for 30k. What?
Yeah, what?
Just, what? But, Chaos Giants are aggressive and no one likes killing them, or no one is killing them currently. I went into that room and was like, shit, and immediately left. Because I wasn't expecting a fight. I just went in that room just being like, maybe Veldaban's down here. Nope! Hi, Chaos Giants, goddammit!
I was looking for him too.
Chaos Giants are aggressive. You must have completed the quest to equip the new dragon weapons. And you also unlock a new D&D, which is the Lava Flow Mine expansion. I know that some of you are much more versed in this than I am, so, you guys go. Yeah, Kitten, go!
For which? Wait, sorry, I'm just screen capping a bunch of dialogue because I just finished the pickaxe. Anyway, what?
Alright, so apparently there's, in the Lava Flow Mine, there's now this new lava geysers thing.
Oh, yeah!
And you can, if you cool them down with water or ice spells, then you can mine them. And that can gives you experience, but it also is designed to, it's also designed so that it's competitive, to break up the friends chat mindset that has grown around a bunch of these DMs.
Yeah, there's already a freaking chat. Please sync these things up now, because please just, sync it for every 45 minutes.
They will.
We're done.
Yeah. They did it for divination, and they did it quickly for divination. Yeah. I really respect that they did that. That they responded and were like, okay, this is stupid. I accept the French chat stuff for, Battle of Lumbridge, even though that was a bug. It was not intended for yellow fishing spots to give you infinite tiers. It was not intended.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't know. Well, someone already started a friends chat, which, sad face.
Walter says, let's be fair, the friends chat's only good for the parts and recharging, because it's terrible for XP. And I mean, I guess that's...
Yeah, I mean, it's not an XP gain necessarily, but with the friends chat, someone said that just between two spawns, they got 2 chunks of the pickaxe in like 5 minutes.
Dumb.
Just from hopping. Yeah, that...
The thing is, like, if it's scheduled, if they make it a scheduled spawn, like every 30 minutes, every 45 minutes, every hour, you will know when it pops up. So if you really need to recharge, you can just be like, okay, I will go now and try my luck at it and hopefully I'll get something, or I don't exactly know how that works. But...
You know, if it were possible to, like, they're actually pretty good XP if you do it solo, but...
Oh, I guess that's true.
Potentially, if someone were able to find a geyser in every world, like has one check, they could potentially get millions of XP.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's kind of broken. Okay. Yeah,
keep going.
Yes, go on.
Alright, so, and these geysers, they give you these parts of the Imcando pickaxe. And when you have a gilded Imcando pickaxe, I always say Imcamdo, but it's Imcando.
Just we know what you're talking about, Lime. Go.
Imcando pickaxe And if you have a gilded dragon pickaxe that you can get from the lava flow mine, you have a red berry pie, because lol Thurgo, and 1,000,000 coins, you can have it all split together by Thurgo to get an Incando pickaxe. And that gives you a 1/4 chance to smelt an ore. That gives you 20% additional mining experience at the cost of an enchantment point. And each pickaxe has, at first, 100 enchantment points.
Is it the incineration that removes the enchantment points? Or is it every...
Yes.
Because what it says in the thread is when you mine something, it grants 20% additional at the cost of an enchantment point.
Yeah, every time you successfully mine
so that means
something,
after every 100 times you mine something, which means it's kind of...
It's pretty fast.
You'd have to...
Yeah.
You would have to go back and recharge, like, constantly. That's 4 inventories. That's less than 4 inventories, which takes like 10 minutes at the rock caverns.
Can you get more than 100 enchantment points on that?
I don't think so, because it's given to you enchanted.
But that doesn't mean that you can't over-enchant it necessarily. I don't know.
Nope,
no more than 100.
I'm not sure.
Okay. That's stupid. The max should be something like
50,000. I can see why they would want to do that, though, because 20% additional mining XP is a lot. If it had a huge max enchantment, that would have to be like a 2% additional mining XP.
Yeah.
Like 20% is a ton, and to go through the effort of, I think Timbo does this stuff, and he's good at it, at balancing this stuff. Like, I think his thought is, if you're mining it, so it basically gives you a 20% additional boost in the lava flow mine, and nowhere else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, also, kind of a thing about the pickaxe, kind of ha-ha at Walter and Nodi for making fun of me for putting a gilded dragon pickaxe on my tool belt. It still takes it.
GG.
It's still fine, so. Yay.
I don't even have a dragon pickaxe on my tool belt. I should probably get one. Probably not now, though, because it's going to be ridiculously expensive.
It's probably stupid right now.
Yeah.
It's already
It's one of the few dragon items that has really retained its price.
Yeah, like 14
Really?
mil.
Like,
Well, I ended up getting mine at like 3 mil GE.
when was this?
Did it take it out of the tool belt when you used it? Or do you still have it in your tool belt?
I can check right
You
now.
can take it out of the tool belt.
Well, I have an iron pickaxe in my tool belt. So, yeah.
Oh, I
think
guess
it takes it
okay.
out.
Then in that case.
Yeah, iron pickaxe and dragon hatchet, yeah.
I wonder why it's iron.
I don't know. It's just iron pickaxe, there's your consolation prize.
Yeah. Go get Rune. But, yeah, so that's... Yeah, like, I got my dragon pickaxe a long time ago. Like, when I first got members, like, it was that long ago. But it was like 8 to 10 mil then, and it has been extremely stable over the last 2 to 3 years, which is incredible for a dragon item. Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways.
It took me about 10 hours to get the gilded pick. I'd gotten 10 Incando pieces before I can get one
Wow.
nymph.
Yeah, I ended up getting 1 nymph and all the pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, the examine is only the magical Incando dwarves could create such a wondrous pickaxe. Speaking of which,
Let's talk.
lore time. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and start. I'm not gonna go quite in order because we've covered a little bit of this before already.
Katie is insane.
Well, we're gonna talk about that in just a second. The reason why dwarves are not magical is because of Zamorak.
Yep.
explicitly. I'm trying to find this in the thread, where it is.
Let me get that. I know exactly where it is.
I've got it in the thread, and Lime can give the exact quote here in just a second. But the Azdoran document
here it is.
was written by Azdoran, the head of the Council of the Elder Magi in Keldagrim. Azdoran was first mentioned in the King of Dwarves.
I've got it.
Okay.
The dark god Zamorak has corrupted the magic Guthics placed in our blood, such that all dwarves will slowly transform into twisted abominations. Saradomin has protected his Imkando dwarves from the curse, but our god is sleeping and cannot help us. The city is already falling as chaos dwarves run amok in the streets. Our greatest wizards have found a remedy, but at the terrible cost. All Keldagrim dwarves will permanently lose their ability to work magic. The curse will remain dormant in our blood, but starved of power, it will not take effect.
Yeah. So this is during the Third Age, as part of the God Wars. Like, we've talked about this in previous casts, like, the God Wars we can't even comprehend, and this is one of the things that happened. And, like, yeah.
And this whole thing is relevant because Keldagrim was relying on magic to grow food and to have light and stuff like that. So, with no magic, it was basically end of story. They were done. They were
worried that without magic they would become as nearly as chaotic as they would be if they became Chaos Dwarves.
It's a lose-lose scenario. It's like taking the cure poison and dying because of it.
Yeah. It is kind of similar, except not quite as lulzy. Thorla mentions, makes you wonder what kind of other problems gods have made for societies just for warfare.
So you mean like destroying every city?
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, that's where the quote from the King of the Dwarves question, the quote they used was, "No band of petty counselors can preserve the city through its darkest days, only a king."
Only a king. Only a king.
So their last-ditch effort to keep the city from falling into chaos was by stepping down from leadership and installing the Captain Gazdaran as the first king of Keldagrim. And it seemed he did well because all the dwarves are still here.
Yeah.
It is worth mentioning that, actually Lime should say this, but it is worth mentioning that due to no magical lighting, they totally planned the darkest time puns out years ahead of time. They totally did that. I actually can see them totally doing that. But yeah, that's Lime's job because he's the one with the terrible puns.
It is my birthright.
All of the terrible puns. Like, I swear, what was the guy's name? Is it Blas?
Klaus. He has no class.
Klaus. And they were making, for all of that on my stream, they were, for that entire interrogation part, the puns were, oh my god, so bad.
So funny.
Gordon was talking about how, like, Klaus is such an idiot, and then Orange goes, he has no class.
Yeah.
God. Why you do this? Why?
I just had to.
It was amazing.
And then Lime, of course.
High five through the screen, my citrus brother.
God. Orange, please. But yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier. But talking about the memories, Grimson had Grunch change his memory specifically so that he would remember only killing trolls at the Battle of Barendil in an attempt to stop his reoccurring nightmares. During the quest, when we go through and change Grim's memories, we find out that we know that he had gone berserk at the battle, like he'd just completely lost it, but I don't think that we'd known that he'd gone through and just started killing dwarves as well as trolls, like killing everything. Did we know that?
He attacked dwarves. That's why Lieutenant Veldemar at the time ordered his squad to arrest him. They arrested him and they took him in for court, but he just vanished.
Yeah, that's why he's called the Butcher of Barendir.
Yeah. Okay. So we did know that. I couldn't quite remember that.
It wasn't known well, but we knew that.
Yeah. Grunch was captured from Gudanoth by Lanil, who is an Arposandran drone. Gnome.
Oh,
How that...
Drone.
Lanil is an Arposandran gnome, so Zamorakian, and he was given to the Red Axe to help with magic and let them brainwash
and
people. Lanil
he's like
somehow managed to brainwash Grunch to make him believe that the Red Axe had saved him from an icy death. I don't quite understand that part.
Well, in Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf, when you infiltrate the Red Axe place, you find some documents that talk about the Red Axe members, Grimson and Grunch in particular. That's the first reveal where they talk about how Grimson was the butcher of Barondir. And it also talks that in Grunch's document it says that he was found on an icy mountain of troll ice, and they mistook him for a troll. But they found out that he was an ogre, and so they brought him back to life. And in return for him helping them, Grunch helped him out with magic.
Oh, I remember that. I don't know how. Yeah, and what I don't really understand necessarily is how Lanil.
Yeah, I don't know
brainwashed
how I did that either.
Him. Yeah, I don't know. That just seems strange. But yeah, Lanil is the actual only truly bad guy of the series at the end. Like, he's the only truly bad guy. And I think you can agree with me on that. Because, as I mentioned earlier, Hreidmar was just delusional. And even at that, and even then, he had given up. Which is... Yeah, it's very interesting. Grim was just trying to escape his nightmares. Even if it meant that he kind of did more bad than whatever, but he was just trying to escape his nightmares. And then Grunch was just straight up brainwashed.
Oh, it forced him to wipe his memories.
Oh, he forced him to wipe his memories. Yeah. That's right. Okay, Orange writes in the chat. Why don't you just read this?
So it's from the quest. So Hreidmar says, "Are you sure it's unconscious?" referring to Grunch, and then Lanil is saying, "Even if it can hear us, it'll soon rationalize this conversation as part of whatever belief system it develops. I've forced it to wipe all its memories about its life in Gutanath. It will believe whatever you tell it. I suggest you say it was freezing to death on the mountain and you saved its life."
Yeah. So I forgot about that. That they forced the ogre to wipe its own memories. Okay. Yeah. Then that makes it even it just makes it even more kind of like, wow. Okay. But yeah. So they mentioned that the Red Axe. I mentioned this earlier. Again, the Red Axe had given up after the events of the King of the Dwarves. They had no further plans to try and gain control of Keldagrim.
So they made their own.
Yep, so Hreidmar retreated and made a fake Keldagrim full of Chaos Dwarves that would obey him, because he couldn't have the real
Chaos,
thing.
Zamrock, Chaos, Red Axe, Chaos, all hail, long live King Hreidmar.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Zamorak Chaos, yeah. Hreidmar only wanted to become Keldagrim, or King of Keldagrim, because he felt it was his birthright. He felt he would make a good ruler. At some point, he discovered that he was the rightful king. But I don't understand what made him snap. But something inside him snapped. Perhaps due to finding out that everything he knew was a lie. Perhaps not. I'm not sure about that. What
part of snap do you mean? Like, snap before
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm asking, I'll ask Walter here on this one, because he wrote the thread. Something inside him snapped.
This whole thing could have been avoided if he just decided that he didn't need his head to be on that statue.
Or...
Yeah, the third point in the lore part.
Or it could have been all been avoided if the player just didn't get involved, and he did get his head on the statue. Nothing else would have happened.
Or, if Hreidmar actually hired the player.
I know, right?
Then he would have gotten his head on the statue.
Yeah, that's truly, because you couldn't even join the Red Axe in that quest. They just didn't allow humans. So if they allowed humans...
Oh.
That's what we get.
Oh. Okay. So when they switched the statue, that was when something inside him snapped, and he thought he saw Zamorak, but it was just a statue, and that was what we were talking earlier about, the lore fails. It's like, Zamorak was here, it's like, what, he shouldn't be here. Zamorak told him that to make sure that his head was on the statue. This was the starting point of the quest series. Even if he'd gained control of the city, his reign wouldn't have been for long, because he was 148, and it is said that all kings must step down when they turn 150.
His one decree would have been to put his head on the statue.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so because they'd given up, the assault was a surprise to the Red Axe. They didn't really want to fight, but they were forced to try and defend themselves. Yeah. Once Veldeman was captured, Raidmar decided to try and change Veldeman's memory to show Raidmar as the true king, but we step in, the memory sequence goes on, and I mean, I think all of us have nothing but good things to say about the memory sequence, because that was just really cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, really
except for the fact that you can't use the wand on things after the quest.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
And you can't even frickin' find Veldeban if you told him to step down. Like, I tweeted at Osborne that, and I don't think he responded, but, like, Veldeban needs to be somewhere, like, in one of the bars, like...
Yeah, at least somewhere.
Yeah, just somewhere.
Just chilling out in, like, the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock.
Yeah. No, not that. First place I thought was the Black Guard HQ.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, maybe he's not here, so maybe he's in one of the bars. And then he wasn't there either. I was just like, I don't even.
They're working on it, though. He already has a thread up to gather ideas for how to change the post-quest content.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's something else. Like, he is planning to add as much Mod John A is planning on adding as much post-quest dialogue as he can, and has made a thread about it.
And it's also all over his Twitter, so go tweet him like hell.
Yeah, at JagXJohnA.
Yeah. Yep, at JagXJohnA. Spam him.
Yep.
In before I'm back.
But yeah, so there's that. For the final battle. Oh yeah, for the final battle, Raidmar uses magic to revive Grimson and turn both of them into Chaos Dwarves. It's worth mentioning that they're able to use magic because they were
Chaos Dwarves.
Chaos Dwarves. Like, that's what the curse entails, is that you're still, the reason that the other dwarves couldn't use magic was because of the curse, and because they resisted the curse. So, if anybody was like, but dwarves can't use magic, well, these dwarves could because they were specifically Chaos Dwarves.
Speaking of the curse, I think it's time for Robo and my lore debate.
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and move along. Let me mark down the time.
Wait, this video doesn't have any
That will be edited out.
God damn it.
Yeah, edit out all of our spam. Oh well.
No, I mean that's probably gonna end up right at the beginning of the next video,
God.
because I'm just
Welcome
gonna have cut out the last part. In case you have no idea what just happened, Lime and Robo had a debate about the what do I even want to call it? The
Zamorak's philosophy and the effects of Zamorak's curse.
The effects, whether Zamorak's curse was a good thing or a bad thing on the dwarves, and then it spawned a magic discussion, which is really cool, and you should go watch it. The link is in the video, or it should be, unless I can't figure out how to do that.
Still, it's wonderful. Just find it. Find it.
Go
watch
do
it.
Continue the discussion.
And tell us if we're wrong in some of the things that we said, especially me.
Feel free to call out any of our BS.
Yeah. But it is a very cool discussion about, like, the fundamentals of magic, and
hours and
go watch
craziness.
It. Anyways, we're going to keep moving because we do need to finish this in a I want to say reasonable amount of time, but it's already been an unreasonable amount of time because it's us. Like, what do you expect? What is us without an hour 45-minute podcast? But I think we're almost done. Is there anything else from the thread that we haven't said yet?
The Dwarf graphical update looks good, but Keldegrim still looks like it's made out of modeling clay.
Yeah.
Yes. We didn't mention that. That's actually something, it isn't even in the thread. God damn it, Walter. I am not impressed with your thread making abilities. Aside from the fact that he's awesome and every thread he makes has basically nothing left out, and he gives us more than we would ever want to talk about. But yeah, god damn it, Walter.
But yeah.
He says sorry. But yeah, so the Dwarven graphical update is awesome. But I do wish that they had updated Keldegrim, but I understand why they didn't. And I think it was in the AMA today, or was it on Twitter?
They didn't
I can't remember which one, but they said, like, if they had updated all of Keldegrim, the release wouldn't have been this year.
Oh wow, yeah.
And Keldegrim is a very rarely visited place, like, as just a place. Like, you'll go there for the blast furnace, right.
Keldegrim,
the lava flow mine, which you don't usually use anyway, or which you don't see Keldegrim in the lava flow mine.
It's a completely separate area.
Yeah, it's a completely separate area. There's the two mines at the north and the northeast part of Keldegrim, and then there's the mine in the south and southwest.
There's the ale barrel. There's rat heads, maybe. There's a bunch in Keldegrim.
Yeah, nobody does the rats though.
Oh well.
The ale barrel people would occasionally use, and the blast furnace people would occasionally use. But I'd say the same number of people use both of those, which is very little.
There's also like pickpocketing the dwarven traders, and that's pretty.
That's true.
Well,
but again, people very rarely do that because of pyramid plunder.
Yeah.
Granted, pyramid plunder is zero profit, while pickpocketing dwarf traders is a massive amount of profit for kind of similar XP gains, as far as I know of. As long as you can, like, trap one of the dwarven guards, I think.
You just have to trap all the guards, and you can stick them all in one room, I think. Either way.
Walter says people do it for an hour every 4 hours or so with the thieving art. Actually, that's a good idea. I should do that.
Just toss all the guards in, like, the janitor's closet, and then he'll be set.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's what you have to do, and then you just pickpocket.
Oh yeah, there's something I wanted to mention. Apparently there are a couple of dwarfs that didn't get updated.
That's true as well.
Oh yeah, mobilizing armies and the gigantic stone dwarf that's sitting at the
Oh yeah, I pointed out that the stone dwarf, the big statue didn't get updated. I can understand why, because the statue is like, it's a statue, it's been there for a while, but still.
Apparently the Keldegrim train station one is too. Like the guy at the guy at the train, the head of the train or something.
Apparently the guy in the lava flow mine isn't updated too. I haven't checked.
Oh, he is.
Which,
he is?
all the ones in the lava flow mine are updated. Even
I would assume that would be one of their first ones that they updated, because it's going to be,
the spiritual,
because that's one of the few places in and around Demonheim, or not Demonheim, god damn it, Keldegrim, that is like always used.
Even the spiritual ancestor dwarfs are updated.
Yeah, I was about to say, even he has like entirely new chat head and new appearance.
I mean, they said they had, like, what, 70 plus dwarven models?
They have over 100.
Yeah, they have a lot, and they did a lot of work, and it's a lot of good work. It looks great.
But they missed the spot.
I really wish that Keldegrim had been updated, but I understand why. I think they want to update free-to-play areas. I think Varrock is next.
I thought it was Falador.
Maybe Falador. It's one of the two.
I mean,
they both need it. Okay, Fally's next. Varrock, I think, is afterwards, and then maybe Karamja after that.
Please.
But yeah, please.
Lumbridge just received its graphical update by Zamrak and Saradomin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be rebuilding it too, so it's like, yeah.
In the process.
Oops.
But yeah, so they have the so that is why they didn't update it, and that is. So it's okay, I wish they had, but I understand the constraints of time on the developers.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so it looks great, and I think we're done with that. Is there anything else with the quest that we should mention that we forgot?
just one more. You know that part where we have to investigate the spies?
Yeah.
Yes.
During that part, I felt like we became the Soviet secret police for Russia, and there is our tie-in to Penguins.
We already had a tie-in to Penguins.
We needed
But-
another.
Well, we can never have enough
I
Penguins.
honestly will say that I did tell Lime, the Tale of Keldagrim soundtrack sounds something that it reminded me of what is it, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, when they're going into the Kremlin and they have the old Russian, Soviet era type, extravagant music playing. It sounds kind of like that. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Wait, what was this?
Tale of Keldagrim soundtrack. It sounds just like Soviet Russia,
Oh,
sort
right.
of.
Oh, and that's the one more thing I want to mention. Oh my god, the updated music
Yes.
tracks for Keldagrim and the
Amazing.
Dwarf stuff are so good. Oh my
I'm
god.
just going to
They
AFK
keep-
and Keldagrim, and
I know, right? Or just put up a playlist of it. It's great.
Gloria.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we did. Blime says we forgot to talk about the music. Well, we're talking about it right now.
Well, I put that in before we started talking about music.
Yeah, thank you, Mod Lord, Ian, and whoever else worked on it.
Yes.
Because it is really, really
Turn
awesome.
on music, Gina, you narb. Wait, oh.
Yes, she's not in the call, but yeah, if you didn't do the quest with music, go back in Keldagrim and listen to it because
It's mandatory.
Or just turn on a playlist. It is some awesome stuff. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. I mean, it took us long enough, but I'm pretty sure it covers everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there's some weird things in the beginning of this, it's because there were some changes that had to be made. But that's just part of running with a whole bunch of people. It's just, yeah. Follow us on Twitter at Seercast. Subscribe to this channel. This is where all of the future Seercast videos are. If you didn't go and watch the magic video, do it, please.
Yes.
I don't want to say to have your mind blown necessarily, but it's an awesome discussion of it. And it is actually a kind of sort of reasonable length. It's only 28 minutes.
Only.
I love how that's a reasonable length for us.
Shortest
But
podcast,
that's the time that you would need to have the full discussion, bringing in the stuff that we did. So I love how it kind of blossomed into that. It started as something else.
Yeah.
And
Start with
move towards that just because of the nature of the topic.
starts with lol DG, then turns into a oh my gosh magic and awesome references, and it can be taken so much further. It's like, oh, yay!
Also, if you haven't, I'm just going to say this in this video as well. Go read Aragon, that entire series. It's awesome. If you like lore, there's no reason you shouldn't. And if you like this kind of fantasy thing that RuneScape has, why would you play it if you didn't? Go read it. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Our next podcast will be in just a few days, and that will be on the BTS that was released a couple days ago.
And this is Thorla approved.
This is Thorla approved, and Thorla will hopefully be with us in voice on the BTS thing,
Oh, yeah.
so you will be able to...
Are we going to talk about the lore podcast in the BTS one too?
Yes, I think so, and that was the...
Rite of Passage.
Yes, the Rite of Passage that was, I guess, aired today.
Today.
Yeah, I haven't watched
Me
it.
neither.
I was actually asleep
It's
while
very
they were
good.
doing that.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I heard it was good, and that Walter has a wall of notes, and yes, that will be in the BTS, because that is about Rite of Passage, which is a future update, and that is what our BTS podcast kind of is. It's mostly about future updates. Clearly we have this one, which focuses on recent updates, and in this case it was really long, but
It was a great update.
usually these are a little bit shorter, and then we have our lore series, I guess, if you will. I think we lost Thorla, but
well, he almost made it.
but yeah. So thanks for watching. Check out our previous podcasts. The last lore discussion was nice. It was a little bit rambly, but
Well,
Yeah, it was
It's
nice.
us. I mean,
Leave,
what are we
yeah,
gonna do?
it's us. Leave comments, leave suggestions. We know these are long, and
We'll try and shorten.
we're sorry about that, but we're covering a lot of ground, and we're trying to shorten them as little as that may seem to be true. We actually are, and
It's just that
we just had so much to cover today.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
we like talking about Lord. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes
Lord
down
the
to.
Lord.
So, once again, thanks for watching, and tune in next week